You missed me.
Since you did not come, Tony Chukudi has not called me. I just thought of it.
Are you serious?
He has not called. What's going on? Mr. Tony Chukudi, since you didn't see promise, you did not call Abi. Okay, now.
Let's hope he calls today.
Well, let's hope he calls in today. Now that you're here, you know that you're the lucky charm, right? All right, Lagos, welcome to the show. Yes, we're here to, do justice to some yet another round of conversation. Of course, you know that today's conversation would never be complete without mentioning Ondo State and my dear state, River State, right? So let's kickstart very quickly. For those of you who will be asking me, your brother is talking. Come and have it. Tinubu's government worst of all, fire will start in River State. Asari Dokubo Rants. Hey! Okpario. Asari? Okay, no, let's go to the next conversation. That's what he said. Group protest at Abuja NNPCL office demands accountability for 48 million barrels of crude reportedly stolen. She been a straw in Take Farm. Okay, now we'll talk about that too.
And still on River State, Wike's political structure has been destroyed.
The same political structure that we say nobody can destroy. Okay, and just to let you know, 2 of the 27 lawmakers that defected from PDP to APC makes you turn. 2 of them have now they don't do reverse. They are now back to PDP again. Do you smell a rat? I don't know if you do. And still moving forward, Ohanese Rights President Tinubu says Nnamdi Kanu's release will be highly prized Christmas gift to Igbo people.
And PDP resolved to sue defected Rivers lawmakers, 6 fresh elections.
Okay, and then powerful Nigerians behind illegal mining, banditry, according to Dele Alake. This actually was yesterday's news, but I thought to also bring it again to fore today because it's very important that we paid attention to it. And then, of course, PDP takes a decision as it, make a press release of what their intentions would be for the remaining 25 decampees, the House of Assembly decampees, and what they would do to them, right?
And this story says, group protest at Abuja NNPCL office demands accountability for 48 million barrels of crude oil reportedly stolen.
Yes,
wow.
we already took that one. I thought we would have taken something else that's got to do with IPPIS or so. All right, so Lagos, these are the hot topics that we have right now. But let's quickly take a breather. We'll be right back to bring you the flesh, not the blood, just the flesh of all of this conversation. After the break, Lagos, stay with us.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People. Efeminators, The Evening Rush with your girl Precious.
And Promise.
Yes, exactly. I wanted to say with your girls PMP. I just said let me leave it to you on. Okay. Okay. All right. So you do know that a lot of drama has been happening in River State, the demolition of the House of Assembly complex, and pro-Wike's group saying that we condemn this demolition and all of that drama. That is between the year. Just yesterday that you and I, discussed this matter, and today a lot has happened.
There is also a video of Ogoni group chanting support for the governor of River State.
I even played the one of Ogoni and Izon Youth Movement people, even saying that they are in support of that. In fact, there is no River State without sim. You don't know what's going on. But let's start with our brother Asari Dokubo, by the way. Charity begins at home, they say. So let's go straight to our River State and get started. So, by the way, with me in the studio, or with us in the studio, is Adebayo Kings. Adebayo Kings is also a media practitioner. Like us. He hates to be called a journalist, but he should be one. Adebayo, what's up? Welcome.
Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Precious. And
why are you looking like a nerd? You're not giving me that baritone voice. Good evening, Precious. Good evening.
Am I a nerd? Okay.
I'm not falling. I can't fall. Okay. All right, so let's get straight to the conversation. So, a former Niger Delta militant leader, Asari Dokubo, has alleged that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led federal government is the worst ever. Don't be shocked. I'm going further. Asari, in a viral video clip on Wednesday yesterday, said that some Niger Delta people, particularly the Ijo ethnic group, are already angry. Did you hear what I called it? Angry with the present government. And then the former militant, who was a staunch supporter of Tinubu and the All Progressives Congress APC during the electioneering season, lamented that he earlier assured the Ijaw people that the government would perform well. You remember now that he even had an army. He has a full army that he built for Tinubu. He, however, alleged that the present situation has indicated that Tinubu's administration is a nightmare for the Ijaw people. Now, Asari opined that the political crisis rocking the River State is serving as a litmus test for President Tinubu's administration. According to him, quoting him now, if there would be any fire, unquote, as consequence of the alleged bad governance, it will begin in River State. That's what he said. And then I quote further. I like to just wrap up this. Okay. And he said, this is the worst government. These are his words, not mine. Quoting, unquote, now he says, this is the worst government. Ijaw people feel this is the worst government. This is a nightmare for them. When we were campaigning for you, many Ijaw people called and said, Presido, Tinubu is your friend, though. We hope he is not going to look the other way. And I assured everybody that if Tinubu fails, they should hold me responsible. Now they are asking me if I am still unsure. River State is a litmus test. If there is any fire, it would start in River State. I cannot stop them. As an individual, I cannot stop them. I cannot even stand in their way. Let's take a listen to him say that himself. Okay.
Provide them with their the environment provide them with the money and the resources to carry out the activities without blinking their eyes. You don't want to hear this naked truth. Okay, don't hear it. Don't hear it. Ijaw people are already angry that this is the worst government. This government is against Ijaw people, and you want to add fire to petrol? You want to add petrol to fire? This is the worst government. That's the feeling of the Ijaw people. If nobody is telling you, as a friend, I will tell you, Ijaw people feel this is the worst government for them. This is a nightmare for them. And when we were voting, when we were campaigning for you, a lot of Ijaw people called me, Presido, you don't know Tinubu? You know everything about Tinubu. Tinubu is your friend. We hope it's not going to look the other way. And I assured everybody, I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible. And today, the people are asking me, are you still on that if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible? River State is a litmus test. If there is going to be any fire, it will start in River State. I cannot stop them. I, as an individual, I cannot stop them. I cannot even stand on their way because they will shove me aside. Let me tell you, nobody, if anybody is giving you assurance that he can stand in the gap,
so you already heard that from the Asari Dokubo himself, former militant, and that reaction. First of all, Adebayo, are you surprised? No, considering his just recent, not so far support for Tinubu, with gathering forming a whole army for the president, are you surprised to see this?
And they were standing on the mandate
in just few weeks later.
To be honest with you, I'm not surprised, not at all. I think I was speaking with someone the other day, and I told the person, he raised a particular issue, and I told the person I'm actually too experienced, to believe in certain things in Nigeria. I'm too experienced, not to really know how things or certain things would pan out, and all that. And this also happens not just in politics, it happens generally in life, and that is what makes our fathers calmer, when they meet certain situations in the family. But coming straight to Asari Dokubo, I'm not surprised, because I've seen, I've followed Asari Dokubo over the years, from the fight of militancy down, as it trickled down till he got into mainstream, politics, picking who to support, who not to support, where to be and where not to be, and the likes. So we know where he's coming from. We know what gave him relevance, and we know what gave him a voice in the political scene of Nigeria. Okay, so that is the major reason why I say, I am not surprised. But like you equally said, I didn't expect it to come too soon.
Wait, why?
I didn't expect it to come too soon. I was looking at maybe 2 years down the line or 3 years, down the line. I didn't know it was going to come just before a year. That was February. Okay, we're not even we've not really gone half. This is December. We can't really say to have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, say roughly 10 months, almost down.
No, it was actually less than 10 months since his last support.
Yeah, we are looking at when he started drumming, his support and what have you. Okay, probably we're not looking at when the president took the seat, or got into office and all that. So he started drawing his putting his weight behind him before the election proper and all that. So that is where I'm actually coming from at the moment. So, but generally, I actually think that more of these, it's actually going to unfold with time. We've not even seen anything yet. Then I don't also believe that he is saying that if there's any fire, it's going to start from River State. And
why? Okay.
This River State is just a state amongst 36
I'd like to know why you said that, because I was going to ask you a question concerning that, or I wanted us to, I wanted to put something on the table, because we have other states that looks like it's boiling subtly, but we're not seeing it. Plateau State is one of it, where the Cotner has sacked all the elected houses of assembly members.
Okay.
All of them have been sacked.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And only that of the opposition party, PDP, APC now, are there, and others, right? And then in Kano State is another sort of boiling ground, where the Ganduje versus the recent governor's matter is boiling because of the contradicting appeal court's judgment. It's like brewing gradually in different states. And do you think what makes River State so special for someone like Asari Dokubo to say what he said?
Okay, that's where I was actually headed. I think if you look at the political structure of Nigeria, okay, a particular section of this country has more political voice than the other. When I say political voice, they participate more. Okay. They are listened to more.
They are listened to.
Yes.
By whom?
By the power at the center. That's the presidency, the president, the federation. I'm not talking about states, and we have state divides and what have you. And these people you want to talk about is the northern, our brothers from the northern part of Nigeria. So they participate more when it comes to politics. They have a larger, they are larger in number. They have a higher voice or louder voice. So that is why I seriously disagree with Asari Dokubo that if the fire is going to start, that is going to start from River State. And besides, I've actually not finished saying that. And you've mentioned northern states where there are also things actually brewing. That we've not really seen the full flame of the fire from this other side. Okay, so that is so if there are people that would start a fire that will not be quenched, I think it's people from the north. I don't think it has to really be from Rivers State.
So you think that Asari Dokubo's statement is just a mere threat and nothing?
He's been doing a whole lot of threats.
Right?
He's been doing a whole lot of threats.
I wanted to ask: is Asari's comment? Is it even about Rivers State or his personal interest?
That's another angle.
Do you think he's disappointed in one way or the other?
That's why
personally?
I said. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why I said he's been doing a whole lot of. What I'm saying this, with stats and facts. We can pull out when we get on internet. If you're listening at home, you can get on internet and pull out nothing less than 10 Asari's video where he's threatening. It's there on the internet for all of us to see.
And he has been, he supported this government.
Of course. And why supporting the government? He was threatening some other government.
Not just supporting the government, was
threatening some other person. So exactly.
So anybody will won't stop Tinubu, go see any.
So that is just it. So this is not the first time.
And that's what people are surprised.
So what went wrong?
You're looking at what went wrong. Okay, now.
Where did the love get lost?
If we are looking at what went wrong was interest.
Oh
yes, it's always a game of interest, And I think I was looking at before we even get to Fubara and Wike's matter. Fubara wished Wike happy birthday the other day, and
yes, today.
He wished him happy birthday today.
Yes,
and then demolished the House of Assembly the same day.
And
how do you do the same thing?
And he added my Oga.
I wanted to say he respectfully wished him happy birthday.
So it's a game of interest, and if you understand this, okay, there's a whole lot of things that you wouldn't mix or you would not miss. Okay,
you will not mix and mix.
Yeah, you won't mix and you won't miss.
All right, Promise, let's go straight to the next conversation very quickly.
So still on Rivers State and PDP, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party has directed its legal advisor Kamaldeen Ajiba to commence appropriate legal actions against the defection of 27, now 25 actually, State House of Assembly lawmakers from Rivers State. And the PDP in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary Debo Olugunagba on Wednesday said that its National Working Committees thoroughly reviewed the state of the party in Rivers State, and they insisted that by virtue of the 1999 Constitution, that is Section 109, as constituted, that the lawmakers have vacated their seats, and the PDP demanded that INEC should constitutionally, reconduct election in Rivers State. We also heard that about two lawmakers has defected back from APC.
They went
to APC, and they are now back to PDP.
So I played this soundbite yesterday, but let me also grace you again with this soundbite, because there's actually somewhere where Wike himself was actually talking about this godfatherism, moving from party to party, what kind of a thing that is, and what kind of politics that is. Just take a listen, Lagos.
Not to teach them the game. This game, we will know more, and I'll continue to teach them the game. To make this game, so everybody will have to be careful. And you give somebody an umbrella, the next day to make a pronouncement. So everybody will have to be careful. You give somebody an umbrella, the next day he defects. EFCC will come. He said, no, let me join them, so EFCC will not be against you. You carry the vote of another party and you join another party. Can you transfer vote? You work hard for somebody to win the election. Tomorrow the person says, no, I have defected. If you are defecting, leave the seat. If you know it is easy to make a pronouncement. So everybody will have.
So you heard Wike saying that like that. They're saying that exactly same thing, that if you're defecting, leave the seats. Because, naturally you are voted on the platform of the party. So now that this is happening, do you think it's fair for the PDP to toe the direction that they're towing, declaring their seats vacant and saying that, you know what, you got this position on the platform of the party. So now that you've left the party, Ngwajejeli leave our position for us.
All right. This particular issue has been there. I think there was a time they were actually trying to, make laws to this effect, that if you get into an office through a particular party, that you're not supposed to, when you defect, you lose
the seats.
Yes, you lose.
But that shouldn't be for House of Assembly alone. It should be for every political position.
You lose this
because this defection thing is kind of watering a political, system in Nigeria.
Yes, I think out of I don't want to use the word insane climbs, because I think it would sound somehow. But if you look at America's political party structure and what have you, okay, these party structures were built based on ideology. A Democrat has certain ideology about yes, it has certain ideology. A Republican,
we know that we don't have politics of ideology in Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's built.
As if you know our problem and you're talking to us. And our people say that you don't know where your brother went to and be shouting his name. I cannot know that he went to the market and I'm shouting, Adebayo, where did you go to?
It's built. It's built. I was a spokesperson for Vote Not Fight 2019 election. Okay, I also monitored the election as a media person. All right. So when PDP lost the presidential election to APC, there was this video I did, trying to address this particular matter. You see, certain political parties come to complain, or let me not say certain. PDP should, I'm of the opinion that PDP should never complain, of certain things in this country because they had a political clean slate. Okay?
If they had a clean slate, then why did they vote them out?
No, this is what I mean. They had a political clean slate to rewrite the history of Nigeria. Absolutely. Or to start afresh.
Absolutely.
From 1999.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, I actually do not blame PDP for that. I actually blame the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. He's the person I blame because I feel like he had everything that it takes. He had everything to ensure that we started off this set of democracy that we have now, this season of democracy, on a good note. He had the opportunity to right all the wrongs in the constitution if he had wanted to. But at one point or the other, it looks like it's either he enjoyed the absolute power that the presidency or the president of Nigeria, that the constitution gave to the president of Nigeria, or perhaps, there were other interests that overtook that. Because we wouldn't be where we are today if there were good precedents, by the way. That's actually what I think. So I agree with you, Adebayo.
All right. Now, I personally, to further go deeper, I push it, from the angle of an individual down to party, because once you go down there, there are certain party, I don't want to use the word ideology because we've agreed that it doesn't really exist.
No, we don't have politics.
But there are some certain party rules or constitution, or agreements that should be kept. Now, who did not make the judiciary independent? PDP. Who gave the executive so much power? PDP.
They were there for 16 years.
That they wanted the original plan of PDP was to rule, Nigeria for 50 years before handing over. They were the largest political party,
the most powerful party in Africa.
Exactly, largest, most powerful, because this is the world's most populous black nation. Okay, by virtue of that, so these things were there, for them to do, and they couldn't do it right. Now, PDP come in to do certain, things when things are against them. The same rules they made, the same playbook or rule book they lived by.
But why have PDP not been able to, sanction Wike from the party? Wike is a minister. He has done a lot of anti-party activities. Even before the election, even during the election, even after the election, he accepted a ministerial nomination from or APC. Ministerial seat from APC. He's still a minister, but he's still a card-carrying member of PDP.
I personally think,
and the lawmakers that he bought from, he actually bought from for everybody that contested in Rivers State. He bought from for every single one of them. The lawmakers he sponsored has defected to APC.
Now,
so what is going on with him? What is that drama going on?
Personally, I am strongly of the opinion that there is something Wike knows and holds in PDP that,
or against PDP.
No, what I mean he was there. If you say against, it looks like he's out.
Remember when other people left from Atiku?
Exactly.
After the election, exactly. Atiku left. Some people left, decamped, ported to APC. It was like he was the only one who kept the party going.
He bragged about it, or he brags about it. He bragged is now in the past. So he really bragged about it. Now there is something he knows that I think if he spills, it's
just a mindset of, I made this party, I kept this party, I'm going to destroy this party.
We are looking at getting sanction for anti-party activity. That has nothing to do with your personal.
I'm even talking about these actions before and after the elections. What played out in Rivers State during the election.
These are the things we're actually looking at. Because he said he was not going anywhere. These were his words. That if you think we'll leave the party for you, the party is not yours. You understand? It's not your personal property. So I strongly believe there are things he knows, or there are things he's been in charge of, or there are places he has gotten to that these other party members or colleagues
have not gotten.
Are afraid. No, not really. Are afraid. To really place these sanctions. Because once you do this, you would send him firing from all cylinders.
Something will spill something.
Exactly.
And perhaps that's why they're tolerating his shenanigans and stuff like that. But still talking about the APC, by the way, and the PDP in Rivers State. The APC in Rivers State have said that they're going to ask the National Judicial Council, the NJC, to sanction the judge that gave the ex parte order recognizing the 4 other group, the Edison Ehie group, that is in support, that is on the side of Sim Fugbara, recognizing them as the official House of Assembly. And it's been controversial because people are now saying, wait a minute. I mean, APC has enjoyed a lot of not so, how do I call this? Not so flattering judgment, or not flattering now, not very popular judgment by the courts. Why is it this one particular court's decision that would make you say, you're going to ask NJC to do something? So, I mean, Justice M.W. Danagogo has been on the news, because of that. The APC is saying that, that judgment was bought, that they are going to ask NJC to punish him and sanction him. How could he get an ex parte order recognizing the other part of the House of Assembly and not recognizing their own part of the House of Assembly? Do you see that as even feasible in the first place?
First off, there's nothing impossible. My grandmother says that the things you chew, with like when you chew things carefully, is sandy. So these are grounds where these persons are treading carefully, and we saw what happened. A whole lot of persons, from individuals to even the so-called legal luminaries in the nation, a whole lot of persons lost trust or confidence, or passed the vote of no confidence in the last judgment, appeal court judgment, and what have you, between Peter Obi and the other parts and parties. So this was a foolproof that the judiciary is viable. These things played out there. So when these persons who are the helm of affairs at the federal level are telling you that this thing is going to be done, these words are not threats. I don't see them as threats. I see them as something doable. Okay. They can do it. It's all right. It's possible.
So moving further, the federal government, today is a Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's still Rivers State. It's still Rivers State. Presided over by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We don't have time anymore, so we'll have to rush. We'll have just about 30 minutes to run through. And after the Federal Executive Council meeting, the Minister for Information was responding to questions by journalists. Was asked about what's happening in Rivers State. He did distance himself. He said the federal government does not have hand in anything happening. In fact, he washed his hands like Pontius Pilate of the matter in Rivers State. Quoting him now, he said, well, Wike is a federal cabinet member. He is involved in the situation in the state. That cannot be a federal government position. How can it be the federal government's position in the first place? That's what he asked. He further stressed that government's commitment to peace and stability in all parts of the country is, unwavering, including Rivers State. Well, the federal government always is interested in well-being of the state. Bottom line, federal government has reacted to this matter. You know that there's been accusations that Wike is having federal backing. That's why he's doing what he's doing. Well, right now the federal government has washed their hands off like Pontius Pilate. Or you think it's a political statement?
I disagree that.
So you think that's a political statement?
Yes, I disagree that Wike is having. No. I disagree that Wike is having political federal government backing. Yeah. Now this is it.
He did enjoy that during Goodluck Jonathan's time. 2015.
Exactly. Now this is it. When you look at the persons in power, you understand what is playing out. Okay, if you looked at the regime of Goodluck Jonathan, I had the VC of my university as a returning officer, and he wouldn't miss any opportunity, to threaten you that he knows Goodluck in person, that Goodluck was his classmate, and all that. We also had the governor of Abia State then, who enjoyed a high level of federal backing with a whole lot of things he did. Former governor T.A.O.G., who enjoyed a whole lot of backing from the federal government, or from the federal seat or federal power, with a whole lot of things he did in Abia State. Now this has to do with individual, and getting to the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think, as a strategist, whether good or bad, whichever way you want to look at it, he strategizes very well. He needs somewhere, somehow, to hold Wike by the balls.
Whoa.
I mean the president.
Oh wow.
Why?
You need to control. See, a man you do not have control of, you are in danger. That is just the simple truth, and that's what happens in politics.
So while I'm giving you
the power, what's the problem? The problem is that Wike gave out power and he wants to still be in control. Let's think about this. He gave out power to he single-handedly picked Fubara.
Yes.
Turn River State red.
He had said in different occasions that he was not interested.
What's the problem? Why is there a problem right now?
Right, let's let you finish that story.
River State, a former national publicity secretary of a defunct New People's Democratic Party and PDP, Eze Chukwuemeka Eze, has said the defection of 27 lawmakers loyal to the Federal Capital Territory Minister, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, strengthens signal that the former governor is fast forwarding towards retrenchment. In a statement made available to the media, Eze said the lawmakers are stuck in the state legislature like pieces of furniture, receiving orders and prohibitions from Wike, regardless of whether their actions suit the aspirations of their constituents on whose mandates they serve. He said Wike, who recently boasted of having political structure in Rivers State, has by his lack of character succeeded in shooting himself in the foot, and to ensure he doesn't drown alone, conscripted the 27 lawmakers who he said have embarked on a journey towards losing their seats by the section 109 of the Constitution. And quoting the man, he said, quoting Eze, "Though temporarily, let me formally welcome the 27 lawmakers to the cancerous political party as remarked by their principal, Nyesom Wike, who once described APC as suffering from stage 4 cancer, which indicates that the party is at the stage of total collapse." There was a time Wike said this. There is a video.
The video is on the internet.
So bottom line, this statement, do you believe that somehow the so-called political structure by Nyesom Wike has been destroyed? Following all of this, bro.
Would you say that? No, I wouldn't. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to destroy. It takes a lot to destroy. A political structure. It takes a lot to destroy. It takes years.
So he still has it going.
Yeah. What I just need to say is we are in for a long ride. Okay. Like it's a very long one. It's going to be a very
all right,
long
Lagos.
one.
I know you guys are itching to jumping on the conversation, but we've been discussing the River State issue here, and then we also did tell you what our brother Asari Dokubo said. We did tell you that he said that Tinubu's government is worst of all. The fire will start in River State. That's what he said. We also did tell you about 22 out of the 27 lawmakers that left PDP to APC have made a U-turn and gone back to the to the PDP. Meanwhile, the PDP National Working Committee have now declared their seats vacant and said that, you know what, let's contest another election. INEC, please, we hereby tell you declare their seats vacant. After all, they got that position on the platform of the PDP. A lot of drama going on. Phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions.
They also want that their eyes are going to be on INEC.
Exactly. And then someone also did say that, AZ did say that, Wiki's political structure has therefore been destroyed, scattered. Coming up, group protest at Abuja NNPCL office demands accountability for 48 million barrels of crude oil reportedly stolen. How they go to 48 million barrels? Who chop palm? And then you would also get to hear that Ohaneze wrote to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and says that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will be a highly priced Christmas gift. Do you think so too? We also did tell you that powerful Nigerians behind illegal mining, banditry, terrorism in Nigeria. This is according to Dele Alake. Phone lines are open in Lagos 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
Listener.
Sorry? Unfortunately, we can't hear you. Apologies, so we don't have all the time. Promise, let's see if we can get some reactions.
Yes, Leo says, Good evening, Precious. The political chaos will start from Kano State, River State, and Plateau State if care is not taken. Okay.
And then I go to YouTube. Kenneth Udonsi says this is Tinubu's turn, so Asari Dokubo should wait for his turn and put a laughing emoji there. Mary P says Nigeria is a game. If you are not a member, bitter. Man of precision, Nigeria is a country where the following occurring: anarchy, Asari, okay, that's what you said. Go ahead.
And this says, Madam Precious, when did Asari become an entity of Ijo Nation? He's an Ijo man now, of course. So, and you see from Ijegon says, Good evening, Madam Precious and Promise. Do you want to add fire to petrol? Do you want to add petrol to fire? Those were Asari Dokubo's questions. Asari seems to have started crying when nothing has happened. Madam Precious, please tell him that we are starting the journey. This is not yet time for crying. In River State, if River State knows what is coming, people there should do the needful. Any mistake this time by the people will be suffered by the same people.
All right. Fisa Yomajikudume says, Good evening, VOP members. My contribution tonight, say turn by turn, Najagaban turn. You can't sing this song. You say Asari is eating his own breakfast. Madi P says, your Nigerian education and brainwashed education will not solve Nigerian problem. Madi, why are you like this now?
And then from Agege says, Good evening. Since I was born and now I am old, I have never seen a blind, deaf, and insensitive.
Okay, all right. Let's just pause there. Let's take the call. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, sisters Precious and Promise.
Thank
good
you.
Evening,
welcome.
Sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Bayo.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Peter Usito. I'm calling you from Abanje in Ikotu.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
In my own opinion, Asari Dokubo is a prophet of doom.
Why are you doing like this now?
He sounds disgruntled and frustrated. In fact, what he's saying is very, very incisive. It is not only river people that are feeling what Nigerians are feeling, but we are all praying that things will go well so that Nigeria will be very peaceful and more politically stable, especially for next 2024. So for him to say that the problem will start from rivers, I mean, that is incisive. I mean, to me, that is incisive of him. He should not.
Oh, wow. Apologies. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening.
You work hard for somebody to win the election. Tomorrow depends on how.
Good evening.
Help me turn on the volume of your radio now, brother.
If you know it's easy.
I can hear us.
To make a pronouncement. Okay. So everybody will have to be careful.
Okay, now.
You get
No,
an umbrella, the next day,
quench it.
he defects.
I don't have any radio on here.
I know you have your listening device. You have a
You
device.
carry the vote of another party and you join another party. Can you transfer vote?
I'm even hearing from your studio.
For somebody to win
Go
the
ahead,
election.
please.
Tomorrow depends on how defected.
But you're not hearing it, so it's interrupting.
I'm hearing Wiki loud and clear from your studio.
Well, you shouldn't be hearing. No, you should. Maybe
So
you're
everybody
hearing it
have
from
to
the
be
device you're
careful.
calling
You
in.
give somebody an umbrella, the next day.
You're playing it from the device you're calling with, and that's why.
Yes, he said no. Let me join them. So yes, he will not be against you.
right, I understand. All right, hello, good evening to you.
Hi, Precious.
Sir?
I said, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm fine. Promise, greetings to you as well.
Good evening, you're
and
welcome.
the guests in the studio.
Yeah, good evening, bro.
This is Remy from Akoka.
Oh, hi, Remy. Welcome, go ahead.
Yeah. On the issue of Wiki and Sim, I have no dog in their fight, so they should go ahead and keep fighting. I pity the people of River State because when 25 fight, it is the grass, you know. So now them I pity. Now their resources they go use build whatever they destroy. That's just the sad thing about it. If they had used their pocket money here, I would have been bought. I would have, you know. On the issue of oil theft, under the last administration, we experienced the greatest oil theft in this country. Yeah, I think in a period of 6 months or so, we were told the worth of oil stolen was it $10 billion or so under the last administration, and nothing was done to stop it. The analogy Obi gave was very apt. Those who stole the oil were not those who went there with kegs or jerry can. It will take a ship, you know, to be on your own sea for days, weeks, months to steal that quantity of oil. Will your Navy tell you they don't know about that? I think there was a time a naval officer told us each time they probably get those ships arrested, there will be an order from the top telling them to leave the ship.
Yes, the military officer said that's just
yes. Was anything done to that? Was anything done to that concerning that? Nothing was done. So when it comes to oil theft, the government knows about it. That is the one fact which I hold on to.
So you think that does that make nonsense of the protest to NNPCL?
You said what?
Does that make nonsense of the protest to NNPCL? That's the question I asked. Because you think that the government should know about it, does it not mean that it doesn't make sense for people to even protest to NNPC in the first place?
Well, you know, I'm kind of indifferent in this. Do you know why?
Why?
The protest won't change anything. That is the fact. It won't change anything. That is one fact. Whether you like it or not, it won't change. It has not changed.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Careless about that. So lastly, on the issue of what's it called? The man EFCC is to arrest. The place an arrest. I don't know if you
the former minister for power.
Yes, the former minister of power.
Is it there?
I was waiting for you to land there, but looks like you have a distortion. I appreciate you, Remy. Thank you so much. You want to run through some more messages?
Okay,
and maybe I just begin to break down these other conversations. Okay, so this here says that story about NNPC, by the way, hundreds of Nigerians under the platform of George Ubo Whistleblowers Network have stormed the NNPCL towers in Abuja, headquarters of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, to demand accountability. Say, make on come make account of our oil then. The protesters asked for an explanation regarding the whereabouts of 48 million barrels of crude oil allegedly stolen and sold in China under the leadership of Mele Kyari. And Kyari is the group managing director, of course, you know, of NNPCL. The protesters displayed placards and chanted as they demanded answers to their question. But I don't want to talk too much. Are you surprised that all of this oil theft and all that happened in Kyari's tenure? And then his tenure has been renewed. Like, it's like, you know, continue. Are you surprised in any way?
No, I'm not surprised. I think I'm old enough not to be surprised about certain things.
Okay.
You know, and we've also, just like the last caller said, you know, followed certain things, you know, in the country. When it comes to oil theft, forget it. And one of the things I liked about what he mentioned is, you know, the fact that for this amount of oil to be stolen, the vessel will have to, you know, be on the sea, you know, for months. Days. I'm not really a professional when it comes to this, but I know you can. How many million did you mention again? How many million? 48 million.
48 million barrels.
Not be beans now. So it takes a lot of time for you to transfer, you know, this from one ship maybe to a smaller vessel to move, or to a bigger vessel to ship. It takes a whole lot. And It's not something it's just like you wake up one morning and you just, go out there. They say the road to Oshodi is missing. That somebody stole it.
Somebody stole the road.
Yes, that's how it sounds.
Just like they steal the swimming pool in your father's house.
Exactly, that's how it sounds. Wow. So if you say somebody stole the road to airport, as an airport road has been stolen, it sounds. So that's how when I hear oil theft, these are the things that the pictures that are painted, back there in my head, and I'm like, wow, how?
All right. Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers to call. Yes. So the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwa, has made a special appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to direct the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. All right, so Nnamdi Kanu from the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS. Now, Iwanyanwa appealed in a letter to President Tinubu titled Special Appeal for the Release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The appeal comes barely 48 hours before the Supreme Court will entertain the appeal challenging Kanu's continued detention without trial. As a matter of fact, Iwanyanwa did state that Nnamdi Kanu's release will be a very highly prized Christmas gift to Igbo people. Do you see that?
A lot of people
possibility?
Are looking forward to 15th.
It's just in 3 days.
Yeah, I think these are things that the Igbo leaders have taught. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Igbo youth. These are things they've been looking up to, for a long time. You understand? And the person in question, I've interviewed Nnamdi Kanu once. Personally, I've interviewed him once, and the person in question too, regardless of we know who this person is and what transpired and the whole quagmire and what have you that is down there. If they can, I like the way they are coming amicably, like it's a plea. They are trying to say, okay, this is because they've gone this other route and they've seen that, this is what we met. Yes, this is what we met, and this is what we are meeting. And so trying to go by, okay, we plead that this should be done. Trying to just the most important thing, for the Igbos at this particular point in time, and for Nnamdi Kanu himself, is let him just be out of this particular confines. Yes, for the peace of the southeast. Because if you get down southeast, you see a whole lot of things that we can't even mention here, because the pictures will paint in the minds or in the memories of people will be very gory and all that. So, and the funny thing, it's more like what happened between 67 and 70. Because my mom is alive. My mom passed through Biafran War and all that, and the memories or the pictures or some of the things she will tell you that at the point in time when they got to Lagos, that Lagos didn't feel like anything. I
your name was Adebayo. How can your mother be speaking about Biafran War?
that Lagos didn't feel like anything happened at all.
The region.
Exactly. And if you go to the southeast and you come back to Lagos, you find out that it's almost like nothing is happening. But if you go to southeast,
it was like a total destruction.
And currently now, it's not even. It's not palatable.
All right, so let's just move straight to our calls. Yeah, 0700 Lagos 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Precious.
Yes, please. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
What's your name?
Sorry, my name is Benjamin.
Benjamin, where are you calling from?
Benjamin, Lagos. I'm on the road.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. I didn't really follow you guys, but I overheard you guys talking about River State, NNPC, one or two things. I didn't really know what transpired in River State. I heard someone talking about it.
Okay, so far the State House of Assembly has been bulldozed. And
that the what? Bulldozed, brought down.
Yeah, allow me to use big grammar.
You're being dramatic.
Okay.
So it has been brought down, right? Only, and then the four lawmakers that are on the side of the governor have been, recognized. The speaker of that 4 lawmakers have been recognized as the authentic speaker of the House of Assembly, whilst the other 27 be like saying they are asylum now because they're not the authentic people. But 27. APC said 27 rather.
How about
but,
the other
but APC is saying APC is saying that they would write to NJC to sanction the judge that gave that ex parte order. That is a backyard order. Meanwhile, 2 out of the 27 have not done U-turn and come back to the PDP. Looks like they're not going to.
Oh, they came back.
Two. The other 25, they're still probably making up their mind. So
and PDP is also seeking for re-election.
Okay, PDP. Let me give you. I'm doing Tatafo for you now. Let me finish it.
Okay.
PDP is also seeking that they should declare that their seats vacant.
It's been declared.
They got that position on the platform of PDP. So now that they're no longer in PDP, what they should pack their load to their party and go and get the position. So they're declaring the seat vacant. And apart from that one, let me also tell you that today is Wike's birthday. And his political godson, Sim Fobara, the governor of Rivers State, wished his Oga happy birthday. After wishing him happy birthday, he now went to demolish the House of Assembly. So with this few points of mine,
who demolished the House of Assembly?
We don't know now.
I want to give that a phone now.
You don't know.
You complete it. You
We
complete
don't
what you
know
started.
now. It's not in my mouth to hear it now.
So,
it shock you. Don't worry.
Because without the assembly, they cannot impeach the governor.
Where are they going to sit?
They will go and keep sorry and impeach the governor.
Funny enough, the other 4 lawmakers actually held their session in the government house. The governor actually presented his budget today. Oh.
Who is holding the maze? Is it the governor's camp?
2 of them, they have their own maze.
No.
There are 2 mazes.
That's where I was headed. Because it happened in Abia State
We actually heard that this faction has
this faction claims they have the original maze. The other faction claims they have the original maze. So as Promise was saying, today, the faction of 4 members sat today. They had a sitting today in government house. And the governor presented his 2024 appropriation bill today. Do you understand? It's like a
Why is it this shock?
Let me humbly say this. Hello?
Yes?
Hi, let me humbly say this.
Okay.
I heard you guys talking about why has PDP not start wiki. Let me tell you what PDP is trying to do. PDP is also trying to play safe. Play safe in the sense that if they start weekend now, they are waiting. They don't want to sack him now. They are waiting. What they will do to Wike is that they will expel Wike when the time comes. It's not just sacking. They will expel him indefinitely. Now let me tell you what will happen. Wike will lose at the end of the day. Because Wike is both in PDP and APC. Now let me tell you something. Amishi's camp in APC, they've not said anything, no. I hope you know. Let me tell you what Amishi's camp will do. If they want to conduct any primary for anything that has to do with election, they will conduct their own. And now they will have parallel party primaries and everything.
They already have that in
and you know the meaning of that. So Wike does not want to go because he's thinking that maybe something will happen in PDP. But he knows they will expel him.
No.
Down in shop banker.
You know what?
They will expel him.
I think there's something you and I, we are not very sure of. You know, getting an appointment from a party is different from being a card-carrying member of a party.
How about your actions during the election?
That's anti-party. He is talking about total expulsion. That's where I came in. You can sanction for anti-party activities. You understand? Now, Wike can claim he's not a card. We don't know. We don't know if he's a card-carrying member of APC. Now, another thing is, Wike as a citizen of Nigeria has the right to be appointed by any president from any party. Yes, he has the right to serve as a minister, regardless of party.
Wike is trying to play safe. Wike will lose at the end of the day. He's trying to play. He will lose at the end of the day because he wants to be hot and cold at the same time. And he cannot be hot and cold at the same time.
Thank you.
He's going to lose at the end of the day.
Thank you so much. He wants to be. It can be hot and cold. It can be lukewarm. Why are you like this?
The Bible says you be spat out. The Bible says you be spat out.
You be spat out if you're lukewarm. That's the term of the Bible. All right, I appreciate you. We're keeping someone waiting on the line. Thank you so much. Yes, hello, good evening to you. Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't know why you don't want to replace your audio. You like Wike's voice so much, brother.
I don't know why it's echoing.
It is from
Stop
your
from here.
phone.
From the studio.
You're playing
go
it from
ahead.
before you're calling me. So you're making
Just go ahead.
It depends on I have defected.
No, what I can say regarding it's better now. It's better now.
Just go ahead. Please.
So what I can say regarding this, okay, my name is Jonathan. I'm calling from London. Sorry, no permission for my name. Is that the earlier we can realize that there's no sheriff in town, the better for him. And my prayer is that the 27, I learned that you guys said that 2 has gone back to PDP. So my prayer is that the 25 House of Assembly member, my prayer is that they have not started getting missing one by one, because this dimension now, Fubara is a caterpillar without brake.
I mean, don't feel
thank you very
brave.
much.
Wait, thank you. Why you like that?
I don't know.
Why are my people like this? All right, promise. Let's run through some more messages very
Okay,
quickly.
this says Nigerians are suffering. Many are dying on daily basis of hunger and sickness. If you ask me, why is the present government this harsh and adamant to the people's plight? I think I should as well ask you, what do you expect of a government who has captured the military? I'm not going to say all this. Okay. And then you said there is that confidence in the ruling party that led to the matter. Egege from Agege, I didn't complete your sentence.
All right, Mesmerize says Asari Dokubo sang Your Mandate We Shall Stand with his cohort. Wike sang and danced the same song. And then, okay, the 27 Dikampi sang the same song. Spiritual something is wrong with. I say spiritually something is wrong with the country. Who tell you say anything to do us? He said even the Senate sang the same song. So, oh my goodness. And then Chuka Ekwe says beautiful P. Things they happen for this on our country. Not be your country. You want to back out. Mary P says none of them will say Nigeria and Nigerians. Okay, all right. I appreciate it.
Kelechi from Oshodi says good evening, PP, and your guest. My take this evening is your brother Asari Dokubo haven't seen anything yet. This is just the beginning for him. Precious, I want to sing for him. It's your brother. I want to sing for Asari Dokubo. Yeah. Wait for your turn, no. Najagaban turn, no. Asari, wait for your... He's singing.
Man of Prestige says Godfatherism has been the focal point of political gangalism away in Africa and other developing countries around the globe. Godfatherism has been a hallmark of Nigeria's democracy today. Manipi says you don't need education to know God. Nigerians will not follow them. Okay.
So finishing that WhatsApp message, wait for they have chopped you, so let him go and rest. Then he was lambasting some ethnic group. Please, Precious, where is him today? For all of his noise that he makes during the presidential election petition judgment, he was the one that occupied Asorok. Precious, may God bless your guest for the truth that he's saying. Please, Precious, can you be bringing him to your studio?
I no go bring.
How many times did they even call you? Precious.
They like to talk about you like a million times. Udol Lisa Franklin says, Precious and Promise, good evening. Our able guest, you're doing great. Precious, please go and tell your Wike to Zukwane because his turn is gone in River State.
Raf from Sightlat Town says, if Asari was given an appointment by this government, he wouldn't have complained about Tinubu's failure of governance.
All right. Hello, good evening to you.
To make a pronouncement. You give somebody an umbrella.
Good evening,
Good evening, sir.
And good morning from us.
Yes,
good night, sir.
Anti-promise.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome, sir.
I'm seeing your handwork with VOP TV. You are doing well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You are doing well. And also the guest, I really want to thank him.
Thank you.
You know? Well, it looks like, this is Akwachi, and it looks like I am standing with Jonathan somehow with his last statement.
Standing with Jonathan.
It looks like Fubara is going to be the bulldozer man because the assembly was not only one bulldozer, they had about 10 bulldozers for one building. Now, wow! Hey! That man, I really doff my hat for him, you know? I really doff my hat.
So and I also agree with the best caller. Go ahead.
Wike will lose on both sides. Don't worry.
Sure?
He thinks he's an emperor. Emperor will lose. That will be the... Oh! Oh Lord Jesus, he will know that it to be clear on him. He better humble himself and just ask for forgiveness.
You remember that's how all of you were also drumming the support of Wike when he was saying no, it's Southerners turn, no, this can't happen. All of you, and he was doing G5 governors, or doing the South must move first. All of you were supporting him.
I never drummed anything for him. I never drummed anything for him. My own is when I started noticing that he was bragging about project, I kind of like took a second look and I said, no, this is not where this man is heading is not good. Where is to go, because as long as he lost that primary, he changed into something else.
Okay. Thank you so much.
He started fighting PDP, and I'm not in support of PDP, but hey, it is what it is.
Why you wash your hand like Pontius Pilate, brother? Alright, thank you so much. I appreciate your praise.
Thank you.
Bye. Alright. Okay, you want to say something? Were you saying something? Okay, promise. So you had to. Okay, you have lots of messages, so
yes,
you be quick.
Sahid Barrow,
you don't have to read all of them.
Just calm them and our guests. As for Wike, I want to believe that if the governor play his ball well, Wike will soon be history. I'll advise the governor to match with power for power, money for money, etc., to put him in his right place. If I were him, I'll make him a persona non grata in Rivers State throughout his tenure. No man can play God. For Asari Dokubo, now we're belly face. I can't stop laughing. He has not started crying.
All right,
he's saying all that because Tinubu has not given him food to eat.
Wait,
OBJ
Yvonne, YouTube says, Madam Precious, your mouth sharp like Asari Dokubo now, and I put us for inside this wahala with this. No lower boss with day. So 44 sitting, 99 standing, APC. Precious. I don't tell her before. If to say I did APC safe, I no go day here. I should have been part of the delegates that would have gone. Why am I not item 7
and you,
to Dubai?
You know what? You will not be item 7 in Jesus' name. No way.
Is it not a human being like me that was item 7?
I quickly want to chip this in.
Okay,
we had this conversation this morning. We were all guys and we were trying to actually look at this morning. Quite, so coincidental. Now, this happened in Abia State when Ojizo Carlo single-handedly handpicked Theodore Oji. Now this is where I'm seriously driving at because there's no time. It's very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for Wike because this man understudied you.
He was his accountant.
He was
exactly. Yes. Now this is what happens. There are things your child knows about you. There are genes that your child has taken from you that you don't. Then they are the ones he has personally and the ones he is speaking as a result of technology, his current day memory and happenings.
So he's updating your own iOS.
God bless you. That is just it.
And we can just that he doesn't talk. He barely speaks.
That is why I support or I understand the man that said he's a bulldozer. The fact that he doesn't talk makes him a bulldozer.
Just hope so.
Yes. You just wake up one morning.
Strengthening his silence.
Yeah. You just wake up one morning. It's hard to deal with a man whose words you don't hear. It is just like the eyes are windows to the soul. Your words are pathways to your heart. So when you are dealing with a man that doesn't talk, you are in trouble.
Thank you, Adebayo. So from now, I'll not be talking to my people again. I'll be murmuring on radio. Okay, so Andy K1 says, good evening, Madam PMP. I'm humble. My humble opinion, I don't think Nnamdi Kanu will be released. There will be abuse of court process. And Kenezike says, good evening, PMP. Stay blessed. And then he says, Precious, is this likely to become an ethnic war if this continues? In Rivers State, it may. If things continue like this. Now, this is because I think I did create this scenario here, and I don't know if you would agree with me. So, you understand the River State terrain a little bit. Now, Peter Odili ruled for 8 years in River State as the first democratically elected governor of the state, right? And then, within this era, from 1999, right? And then he ruled for 8 years. Peter Odili is not primarily a riverine man.
He's
from Ndoni. So Ndoni is not primarily an upland. Ndoni is almost, in fact, was part of Imo State, Delta Igbo. Do you understand? He ruled for 8 years. And then Chukwuka Amechi came, ruled for 8 years. I mean, after Omehia's tenure was cut short. That's an Ikwere man. Another upland.
Omehia also an Ikwere man.
Omehia also an Ikwere man. Now, it was supposed, that's why Wike brought in, not Fubara, that's why Amechi brought in a Dakuku Pisaside, who's the same, from the same place with Fubara now, to rule. But then, that happened. Wike, won the election in 2019, ruled for another how many years? 8 years. I'm sounding like my governor now. I'm sorry, my former governor now. All right. So that means that almost an entire this recent democratic dispensation in Rivers State, you've had the upland rule in Rivers State. This is the first time you're going to be having an Izoman rule, the river Rhine, a river, the waterside people. And remember that majority of the deposit of oil in River State is within the river Rhine area. Do you understand? So you can see that all the Ijaw people are ready. Why do you hear the Ijaw Youth Congress saying we support this, where did that support that? Even the Ogoni, there is another upland that has never ruled, has never even become a deputy governor before, has also drummed support for the same. That
has major part of the oil too.
Exactly.
Also has major part of the oil.
If they succeeded in impeaching, or if what's his name, Sim Fubara is succeeded, is impeached successfully, the person who probably should be the governor will be Ehie. It will be Amehula, the Amehula faction. And Amehula is an Ikwere man. So perhaps that's why it's looking like the gossip is coming up that there is, some sort of truce and agreement between Wike and Tonye Cole, who is the APC's governorship candidate, who is a Calabari man. Though he's not from Opobunkoro, which is also River Rhine, where Fubara is from, he's from Calabari. And I mean, that's also River Rhine. So perhaps that's why people are thinking he's tilting towards that direction to quell the anger, the fire. You understand? And but we do not know how that can come up. So
so what if it's not handled with Tonye Cole?
Exactly.
What will happen?
So if he has problem with Tonye Cole, that will be another. If it's not handled very well, and trust me, Rivers State has a history of cultism. I don't want to go there. So the militancy. Cult attacks and agitations and all of that. Yeah. So you don't see there is already small cult groups here and there, pockets of cult groups here and there, waiting for so you don't want to
align.
Exactly. So you don't want to get involved in that issue. So Emeka Nweke says, Andy, there is a rumor that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case will be adjourned till February 2024, and then he says prayer will not solve Nigeria many problems. Hence, Nigeria's many problems. Hence, stop being gullible. You were referring to the caller, and then Veron Sina says, my people, please have Asari Dokubo forgot about Igbo people now against Mr. President, or now against Mr. President, you meant to say. Sorry to see this, Mr. Asari Dokubo totally confused. That's what
you see from Ijegun says, Wike doesn't sound like a leader. How did he get to leadership position? I wonder what gentlemen were doing when these Hitlers hijacked leadership position in Nigeria. We have entered one chance.
Enter one chance at all.
And it is getting disgusting to see how our democracy is nosediving since 2015, making our politicians to have like gangsters lacking in rules.
I think briefly to keep in there, I have a brief history of that. I also mentioned it the other day. 1999, nobody believed that this power was going to be handed over to the civilian rule, or to democratic.
Prepared?
Yes. I don't want to sound, or I don't want to go very straight. I know this brother in my street. No, I don't want to call them. Okay. I know this brother in my street somewhere in Koka there in 1999. This brother was just going around renting ladder, and helping us fix light. He became a councillor. Just like play, and like
after becoming a councillor, he don't blow.
That's what I'm telling you. And we are looking at how this crop of leaders, got on board. That's where I said there's a little history, to that. So when really ready, persons who were responsible, people who were supposed to be at the helm of affairs, were looking at it like, who's going to give power to you? The army was going to give power to you.
It took well-meaning Nigerians on surprise.
Exactly. So when this set of persons got on board,
by surprise,
when this set of persons got on board, there's something power does. They had power. they had money.
So corrupt,
and they want to continue.
These two things, they continue. They want to continue. Like this is 2023. I'm talking of 2019.
Power corrupting and absolute power corrupting.
Yes,
absolutely.
A boy or a child born in 2019 should be around 24, 25 now.
Okay. All right. So let's get quick to some more messages here. This is good evening, Precious. Honestly, I'm just overwhelmed by the present happenings in my country. When I think of Ondo Rivers and the economy, it's just obvious the country is nosediving. No ray of hope. All of these, the masses haven't woken up to realize that they are the victims. I pity for Nigeria. That's what he says.
And this says, we have only one president, but every outgoing governor wants to be an absentee president of his state after leaving office. A phenomenon we have tolerated since after the governorship of Tinubu, our current president. In fact, if not checked, every state will soon become a monarchy. Where are our political fathers? They should please speak out before this country becomes there was a country. Chinedu from Badagry.
All right, Precious, good evening. The reason why Wike is still in PDP is because the PDP members are still in his word, are loyal to him and cannot suspend or expel him. The State National Exco can only ratify what the words do or what the words have done.
And this says one minister defended how he spent 1 billion naira on a trip to abroad to woo investors. Education has really brought out the best of our rulers who go from Lagos. That's me.
All right, Emperor says, good evening, Precious. Quick one. In a sinner climb, Wicked should be in prison for the corrupt, illegal, all the shenanigans he's doing. Ow. He's boasting of buying all the funds for the aspirants. With whose money? Fubara should stand in his ground and defeat his nonsense. It's the people that will suffer more, and it's unfortunate. Crisis in Rivers State is not a child's play. Wike is a hypocrite and a two-faced dude. The reason why Lagos is underdeveloped today is due to Godfather reason. Oh, you think Lagos is underdeveloped? Emperor?
And this says, Precious, no fire anywhere. If you see any fire, na Christmas banger. Politics is a game of interest. Asari Dokubo never supports Fubara he never supported Fubara in the first place. Instead, he supported APC candidates during the election. I like Promise's angle on whose interests Asari.
The APC candidate is his brother. That's Tonyeko. He's a Calabari man like him, so he has the right
also to. Okay, but they are still Ijo now. Anyway, and he says just because of Fubara is an Ijo man and his seat is being threatened. Okay, that's why you think he's supporting him now.
All right, Cletus from Afoluko he says, Precious, I beg, make una read people's message fully rather than edit or censor. If you put something that we cannot read, my dear brother, we'll edit it in Jesus' name.
And this is
I wanted to finish that.
Okay,
he said it is an infringement to the constitutional rights to censor or cut people off of speaking, criticizing if they're criticizing the government or APC. Unfortunately, he said chapter 4 section 39 of the 1999 constitution as amended states that, my dear brother, the freedom of speech is accepted, but freedom after speech I cannot guarantee. In fact, the freedom of this station after speech I cannot guarantee. And he says every person shall, he even quoted it for me, he said, Cletus, they play for this Nigeria. Go ahead.
Precious and Promise. My take in all of this scenario in Nigeria politics and the federal government strategy is that the head is sick and all the body will be sick because the foundation to their office is not right, and they know and they know it, and you're watching from heaven. Uche.
All right, and this says, excuse me. And this says, good evening, P and your guest, Nana from Okafa. He says, Asari Dokubo already blabbing too early. And he says, after the fire incident, the building needs renovation. And the earliest Fubara does it, the better for the members. So then they go bulldoze them to renovate them. And you bulldoze or you want to renovate?
Of course. The point is, quickly, there's this thing they do with who built what. Especially when it comes to House of Assembly. It happened in Abia State when Ikuku, renovated.
Theodore's son.
Yes, Theodore's son renovated the House of Assembly. That alone, had a lot of the House members, coming to bow and tremble before, and I ask one question: my money, but that's, I don't know, it's a mindset, it's a mind something, and these politicians understand it and they use it against.
All right, so let's quickly run through the rest of the messages. Let's see as many as we can take.
And this says, Wike is a Shayo man. They can switch at any time. Person will no support the removing of Carlo from jail. Okay.
All right. And this is Doubt P. I enjoy on a program. I support Fubara 1000%. Wiki needs to be taught a lesson. I couldn't imagine what Atiku would have passed through if he had picked him and they had won. Wiki thinks he has political structure. Fubara will bulldozer everything.
And Sydney from Ijigo says, good evening, Precious and Promise. Fubara can only deal with Wike or expose him if his own hands are clean. But all I know is that the evil that men do live with them.
Which politician in hand for Nigeria?
All right, and this is good evening, beautiful peace. Wike is like someone who betrayed and killed his master and followed another master. His new master will still dump him because he will never trust him for ever having the mind to betray a former master. Iruka from Isola. So this is subtly insinuating that APC may end up also using Wike. That's what they say.
And that's why I also mentioned that, it is power. When you are giving, you are not giving directly. I give you and I hold it at this other end so that I'll be able to control you. So that's why I'm saying he might not be enjoying the federal might you think he is enjoying, because Tinubu will be waiting to look for something to control him with. He will be most loyal at this point in time because he needs Tinubu's intervention.
All right. Okay, very quickly. Promise.
Okay, Goodness from Argo says, good evening, Precious and Promise. Nnamdi is not an ex-mass goat. Court has declared him not guilty, so they should allow him go. You're speaking about the Ohanese Indigo state.
All right, this says, yeah, Precious, of course, with the huge revenue Lagos State is generating and budgeting every year, Lagos should be competing with Dubai and other big cities, but you know what's happening now.
Emperor says, good evening, VOP. Good evening, Madam PMP. Where are Peter Odili, Delta Spiff, PA Edwin Clark, and Chibuike Rotimi Amici in all of this? 2 elephants fight, the grass suffers. Riverines should resist the emperor. It's a big shame, you're saying.
All right. Okay, so Lagos, let's take a breather now because, we have to go to our step-down conversation very quickly. Your messages are still here. We'll still get to run through a few of them if we have the time to when we come back from the break, right? Stay with us. This is 90.3, Voice of the People FM. We'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
You are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Still the Evening Rush right away with your girls Precious and of course Promise. And I still have my guest here, Adebayo, in the building. But before I go straight to Adebayo again, I have a guest in the house. You already know that every evening for this period, for a short while, I'm bringing you some good stories about where to buy the best of land. On to say, if you buy land, you chop rice. You buy land, you chop rice. You buy land, you chop rice. So I have Sunday Inter.
Yes.
In the house. Yeah,
yes, you did.
Okay, Sunday, you're welcome again.
Yeah, good evening.
So I'd like you to run us through all that you have for us again from Kudos Home, by the way. That's where he's coming from.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, once again, my name is Sunday Okechukwu Enyita from Kudos Homes Limited, the marketing manager of Kudos Homes Limited. Kudos Homes Limited is a real estate company. We deal on property, landed property, buying and selling, and our office is located in Lagos. And we have lands in Lagos, Ogun State, and Enugu. So I will be running through all our properties and their prices for you to know. I will start with Kudos Villa, Ibejuleki. Kudos Villa goes for 11 million naira, and we have another one at Dew Garden, Ibejuleki 2. That one is 3.5 million naira. And Kudos Town, Ishiwo Ekpe, that one goes for 700,000 naira. And Agbowa.
So there's a Bejuleki, there's Ekpe?
Yes, there's a Bejuleki, there's a Ekpe.
All right, just wanted to be sure of where they are.
Yeah. So, and I'm at Agbowa right now. Agbowa goes for 650,000 naira.
Agbowa is in Ikorodu?
Yes, Agbowa Ikorodu. Okay. And Agbowa people are really rushing there. In fact,
that's what you said?
Yes, the gate house.
And I'm thinking towards a direction.
And you have to have one plot there if you don't have. Because a whole lot have gone down, and we still have more to sell before we shoot it up. And by the special grace of God, before month of February, Abowa is going for 1.5 million naira. So if a good investor, you should take that now for 650,000 naira. And the newborn baby Omuketu Ekpe, 600,000 naira. Kudos Heritage Omuketu Ekpe is 600,000 naira. And if you buy a plot, you are going home with a bag of rice, 2 plot, a bag of rice and a gallon of oil, and 3 plot, a bag of rice, a gallon of oil, and a chicken that is a fowl.
And a cocoa.
If you buy 6 plots, which is an acre, now you are going home with a deep freezer, bag of rice, chicken, and a gallon of oil. Now let me hit Enugu, the cool city.
No cow.
Cool city.
Say no cow.
Maybe when you buy 10 acres, there will be cow. Now I'm in Enugu, Cool City. Enugu good for 900,000 naira. Enugu is located at Odobudo. It's called Fairview, and it's just 5 minutes away from Govt Okeye University and 20 minutes away from Akanebia International Airport, and 15 minutes away from Caritas University. In fact, there's a whole lot of infrastructure going around that area. You know what it is? You have a campus.
Caritas University is a private university.
Yes,
wow.
You know what it is? To have hostels around the university, you'll be making a huge amount, and it goes for 900,000 naira. And all those goodies are also applied.
So whether I buy the 650 land or I buy the 900,000 land,
so
I am getting a bag of rice. This looks like a fantastic investment plan. Run us through your numbers, then we'll begin to look at how inspection goes.
Okay, the number to call is 090-590-47514. Let me call it gently. 090-590-47514.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You say
01090-590-47514.
Okay. I'm trying to get through. Okay. All right. Okay. So go ahead. So what is your inspection like?
Okay, we go for inspection from Monday to Saturday every week. But if you don't have time for those during the week, you can call and make an arrangement for Sunday special inspection for you, and the inspection is for free. You can come to the office by 8 a.m. in the morning, or you tell us your direction. We can come there and pick you at your nearest bus stop, take you for inspection, and still bring you back.
Okay, so do I have to pay installment, or I do have to make any installments before I go for inspection? Do I have to make any payments by the way before I go for inspection?
Our goal is to make sure that everybody has his own landed property, or everybody become a landlord, both in Lagos and in fact in Nigeria. So there is an opportunity for you to deposit 100,000 naira and spread the remaining one for the next 3 months for this promo.
Okay.
And there is no any other additional charges added to it.
Okay. All right. Absolutely awesome. Okay. So now back to the question that everybody wants to know. Good with the hammer over and over again, so that Nigerians will understand. Are there any risk involved in the properties if we buy from you? Like, do we have a guarantee that if we buy from you, we're safe?
Yeah, very much. Very much guarantee, because number one, we don't waste time in allocating people, and number two, we do our proper investigation before purchasing our land from either the Omonile or from a family or from a community. So we do our proper findings so that it will not become an issue in future that government want to make a use of that land, or a land that will become an issue. Because when that issue happens, it affects us as a company more than the person that buy a plot. So that is the reason why we try all possible best to make sure that something like that did not occur, so you are over covered if you patronize us and subscribe to any of our properties.
Okay, awesome. And then let's look at how the guarantee for your properties, in terms of title documents that it comes with.
Yeah, we have a property that has CFO. We have the one that has deed of assignment and registered surveyor. So
the CFO is for the entire estate.
Yes, it's called.
So that means no matter who you are, if you have property within that estate,
it's called global CFO.
Okay.
That covers it.
Okay.
So in terms of title, you don't have any issue. Like I said earlier, we try all possible best in all kind of anything that has to do with paperwork. We do all our paperwork before we start selling our estates, so that there will be no issue in future.
Okay. All right. You may want to run us through that number again before we begin to take more reactions.
Our phone number is 090 590 47514. 090 590 47514.
That is 090-590-47514.
Yes, yes. And our office is located at Egbeda Idimuro, 171 Egbeda Idimuro, and the number 14 Okubo Road, Emene, Enugu, just 5 minutes away from the international airport, Enugu.
Okay. All right. Okay. Lagos, you've heard that. Should you do you have any? If you have any question for Mr. Sunday, quickly just run through a call right now. 090. Did I say 090? 0700 903 9039. That's the number to probably call to ask a question about the landed properties that they have available in Lagos, Ogun State, and Enugu for now. Okay. So you want to say something, I know, but very quickly, are you looking at opening up to other states? I've been asking you for property in my state.
Of course. Port Harcourt is so much important.
So because I call it Port Harcourt, so you're calling it Port Harcourt.
You already with that now. You say it's Port Harcourt, it's not Port Harcourt.
Don't mind me, it's Port Harcourt, of course.
But I love it. I love the Port Harcourt. Okay. Even when we open our new estate, you can call it a Kudos Villa Port Harcourt. Yes, it's coming. By the special grace of God, 2024 Port Harcourt will be opened up.
So let's see if people have questions for you. Hello, good evening to you. Hello?
Yes, I've been wanting to ask this guy, the one at Enugu, are we saying that it's in the axis of Abakmanike and Emene? Because if I can remember very well, the Akani airport is around Emene. Yes. Are we saying that's where it is?
Yes. Do you know where Govt Okoye University is?
I left Enugu over 40 years ago.
Wow.
I'm just but I have interest in the Enugu, and I'll reach out to you guys. I'll reach out to you guys.
That is one of my number one listeners. So you better treat them. Prince Akwachi, if they don't attend to you well and you have problem with them, please come and tell me, because I am here to handle their matter very well.
That's a problem. You don't have any problem with Kudos Homes Limited.
Right.
Let me call our phone number. Just call our office, so everything will be taken care. We'll take it from there. 090-590-47514. 090-590-47514.
All right, so somebody here did make a comment and says, Francis God's Time from YouTube says, I'm interested in the land. You don't take the number, put on down, take it down, sharp. And Fisa Yamaji Kudume says, Madam Precious, please kindly help us to ask, where is K2 Ekpe?
Okay.
That's part of Lagos. Where is it located?
Falls into Ogun State. Abowa, Umuketu, some of these parts, just I think like 5 minutes away from between Ogun and Lagos, but it falls into.
Oh, so it's in Ikorodu?
Yes.
So it's in Ikorodu?
No, Umuketu is in
Ibejuleki. That's part of Ibejuleki that leads to Ogun State. Are you serious? And then he also did ask, what part of Ikorodu is Agbowa? Is it the beginning of Ikorodu or back end?
Back end, as if you are going to Epe. Abowa, after Imota is Abowa.
Okay.
Yes. If you are coming from Ikorodu bus stop, you've passed Maya and.
It's not around the Ogun State area. It's not that part. What was that popular Ogun State?
I think the best thing for you to do is it's not an online business. Just try and create a time and come for inspection. Inspection is
so
for free.
I think most of them are not in the country. That's why I'm asking this question.
We probably can make a video call for them. It's just 10 minutes away from the Agbowa Junction. So it's not a far place.
Okay, because he's asking that please the property owner should please try to give us details of the location, because Ikorodu is a big place, so we need to know exactly where it is.
In fact, you can drive an hour plus.
If to say I don't go by myself, I can't give on a map of Ikorodu. Come and explain to you. So if you come from this area, this is where it takes you to. And it comes from this, you come from this area, this is where it takes you to. All right, so you wanted to say something, go ahead.
Okay. As I said earlier on, and let me just go through our social media handle so that you can also visit us and make more verification on
go
it.
Ahead.
The website is www.kudoshomeslimited.com, and the Facebook Kudos Homes Limited, and Instagram Kudos Homes Limited. You can type Kudos Homes Limited on your GPS and it will take you to our office. So my advice is don't wait until you gather it 10 million, 5 million before you own a landed property. You can start with as low as 100,000 naira. If you are waiting to own that kind, the money will not come. So start with the little today and become rich tomorrow. The highest treasure on earth is landed property. So it does not depreciate, it's always appreciate. So invest so that you can harvest tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Well, we don't hear them before. Say landed property now is the only property that's is the only thing that investment that appreciates and never goes down. All right. So in case you have any question to ask him, you can still call him now to ask questions. Now that he's here, before you call the official line, it's 0700 903 9039 0700 903 9039. Or you can also call our WhatsApp line 0700 the other line 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. So I like you to always run me down that land, rice and chicken. So if I now buy 2 plots and get chicken, that chicken is 20,000, I be 25,000. It's cheap now. And somebody asked me, is it broiler or old layer? I be, is it turkey or giving us?
When the person buy land for you, see the kind of chicken that we are going to get, and our chicken has its own special anointing. So it's the chicken that you are being given.
Is that an ostrich-sized chicken? Is it like an ostrich? This one you're saying you have special anointing.
So we give very big chicken share.
Okay. So run us through the packages that come and the different.
I said earlier, if you buy a plot of land of Omuketu Ekpe, Agbowa Ikorodu, and the Fairview Enugu, you are going with a bag of rice, 2 plots, a bag of rice, and gallon of oil. 3 plots.
The gallon of oil, is it 25 liters?
Not 25 liters.
How many liters?
It's 5 liters.
5 liters.
Yeah,
okay.
That's 5.
I just want to be asking. Okay.
Yes. So and if you buy 3 plots,
so you can't be like saying I'm cheating now. So I'll kukuma buy one plot in 5 places with different names. So that I'll be getting one bag of rice.
Very okay. Like
and I'll sell one bag of the rice and buy 5 oil.
Buy Enugu one. Buy Muketu Ekpe one, and buy Agbowa Ikorodu one.
And I'll get rice one bag.
Get one bag. So that
is let me quickly take this call. Hello, good evening. I'm coming back to that. Good evening to you.
Hello, I want to ask the property man about the area called a Ketu. Is it after the new refinery?
Okay, now
is it after the new refinery?
Okay, now did you know where it's called Alaro City? Did you know Ekpeti Junction?
Okay, I think he's gonna.
Okay.
So you need to make a verbal description of that place.
Get to Ekpe is located that when you get to Ekpeti Junction, you take your left-hand side, driving as if you are going to Ikorodu. There is a roundabout called K2 roundabout. It's under Ekpe.
Okay.
It's under Ekpe.
All right. So run us through that package very quickly. Your number, just in 30 seconds.
Okay. Let me start afresh, mentioning all our properties.
Your time is gone. I'm giving you Jarana, so hurry up.
That's fine.
I change my mind.
Kudos Villa, Ibejuleki, 11 million naira with C of O, and we have a Jew Garden, Ibejuleki, 3.5 million naira. We have Kudos Town, Ishiwo, 700,000 naira. Agbowa Ikorodu, try and get one plot today, 650,000 naira. It will soon go up. If I be you now, go buy like 2 or 3. Maybe by this time next year, your land don't worth 5 million naira when you have like 3. So buy Agbowa Ikorodu 650,000 naira. Omuketu Ekpe 600,000 naira. And Enugu Fairview, Enugu is dry land 900,000 naira. So make sure you subscribe to one today.
All right, your number
and call our phone number 09059047514. Let me call it gradually. 09059047514.
All right, thank you so much, Sunday Enyita, for stopping by. I appreciate you, sir. Oh, P and P.
Yes.
I'll show you, sir. I thought you called me P again the second time. This my home training will not finish me. Thank you so much for stopping by. And Adebayo, for in 30 seconds, your parting shot on the entire conversation.
Okay, I think everybody should, understand that whether in River State, wherever it is, you should understand that, politics is affairs of the people. You've been placed there as a leader to lead the people, and whatever you're doing, make sure you consider the common man.
Okay, all right. Did I say precious? Promise. Promise. You have a parting shot and you want to give
I think what's important is the peace and stability of River State at this point. So whatever the both parties are doing, they have to put that into consideration.
You just remind me of my teacher, that peace and tranquility teacher. You know when we were in school, there must be a name for one teacher, and that particular teacher, his name is Peace and Tranquility. All right, Lagos, that's the size of our package this evening. Tomorrow will be another fantastic time, and Mr. Darlington will be joining us in the show tomorrow. My name is Precious Enyi. Follow us on all our socials. Precious Enyi Official on Instagram, Precious Enyi TV on YouTube, and Precious Enyi on Facebook. And Twitter is Precious_Enyi. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, hopefully, God willing, God keeping us alive. Have an amazing evening. And you are
and I'm proud.
That last one face. You just kept that last one face like I'm going to protest if I don't call my social media.
My Instagram is Promise Enyi Official and Facebook is Promise Enyi. Thank you. Have a